It's Marlene, and I'm gonna make a pot of chili, and I thought I'd take you along with me, show you how I make my chili. People brag on it all the time, so I'm making it in the bigger crock pot, and I will show you what all I got here. Don't need to see me so much, just what I'm putting in. So let me get you straightened up here so you can see what I do. Okay, and I've got tomato sauce from tomatoes that I canned last year. You use it up. And then I have a can, it's just a great value can of chili starter, and it's got kidney beans. Oh, this is the mixed chili beans. And it's got the kidney beans, pinto beans, black beans, and it's in a chili sauce. So it's got like the seasoning in it for the chili. So I don't have to add a lot to the flavoring later on. So I'm going to dump that in the crock pot. Got some beans stuck. I've got a spoon here. I'll just get them scooted out. Okay, so we got the beans. And then I've got a can of diced tomatoes, and I usually just buy the store brands of what I'm getting, so I'm not a brand snob because I really can't afford to be. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my tomato sauce in there that I canned last year. And I'll wash this jar out and I'll can something else. I've got to go to the market and see what they got. Okay, and then this is the chili starter, and it's got seasoned crushed diced tomatoes, crushed and diced tomatoes, and it also has some seasoning in it. So I'm going to put that in there. And then my secret ingredient, I use the Rotel, the mild. Sometimes I use the original, but I like the mild, and it's got the diced tomatoes and the green chilies in it. So I'm going to put that in it. Okay. And then I'm going to get some stuff out of the freezer here that I had forgot to get out. And I also have some leftover onions that I diced up the other day. Okay, I've got some diced onions that I'm going to put in there. Okay. And these are some mixed green pepper, or mixed peppers. I've got green ones, yellow ones, and orange peppers. Couldn't find any red peppers, or I'd have put those, mixed those in there with it too. And I froze these a couple weeks ago, and I showed you how I cut them up and things to do that. So put that there. And then I've got some more onions that I froze, and did those a couple weeks ago as well. I've about used all the ones up I froze, so I'm going to have to fix up some more. Okay, since I put those others in there, I think I'll put about half the bag. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I've got some water, and I'm going to take and pour it in one of these cans. And then I'm going to mix together to get all the good bits out of the cans. Okay, that's one. And then too. Okay, and then I'm going to pour that in. And I will see how that's looking pretty good. Okay, let me give it a little taste. Seasoning's decent. So I'm going to add some garlic powders. Garlic powder, some pepper, some salt, and I got this little container at the Family Dollar, and it's got this little wooden spoon with it. And this is I've measured out with a regular measuring spoon, and it's a half a teaspoon. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon in because the other things are already seasoned. And it has a little cork lid, and I keep this out on my counter so it's always ready when I need to add salt to something. Then I've got garlic powders, or onion powders. I already put the garlic powder. Put that in. Okay, let me get another spoon real fast. And I'm going to stir this up. And as this cooks, the flavors intensify, so I don't want to over season. I can always add more later. I actually think that I will add some more chili powders. Pretty tomatoey. Okay, so stir that up. Let me throw all these back here behind me. Get them out of the way. Now put them in the sink, or the trash in the sink in a little while. Alrighty, so had to sneak a little cup of coffee, a sip of coffee while I was at it. So I've got some, I got them wet somehow. I've got some meat, or some kitchen disposable gloves here, so I'm going to put those on. And I don't brown my meat first. I haven't never seen the need to. I used to do it all the time when I was making regular pots of chili, but this cooks all day and it just cooks the meat up really good, so I really don't have to brown it. And it always, nobody complains, it always tastes really good. These gloves are so difficult sometimes to get open. Sometimes I learned at the grocery store when you're getting produce in those little produce bags, is sometimes if you just lick your fingers and roll it on the edge of the little produce bag, you can get it to open right up, and that has helped me many times, because there's times I've sat there and I could not get the things open, and I usually have to ask the butcher or somebody to help me. Okay, so I had vacuum sealed some ground beef a while back, and so it's been in the freezer, and I thawed it out in the fridge overnight. And I just take this and I just break it up into little pieces. And put it in there. So how has y'all's day been? I know it's summertime, but sometimes in the summer when it's storming and stuff, and we're supposed to have storms for the next couple days, kind of brings the temperature down. And of course we're in the air conditioning, so in the evenings when it's starting to cool off, chili is a pretty good meal. It's hearty, it gets you through the night. My little grandson, great-grandson, he, like I said, is 7, almost 8. He'll be 8 later this month. He doesn't eat a lot through the day. He's so busy that he's constantly going. If you can get him to sit down and eat a whole plate, you've done good. You know, so we try to get as much in him. Well, a lot of times he wakes up in the night hungry because he hasn't ate enough. So when he has a hearty meal like chili or something, he usually can make it through the night without having to get up to eat. He'll eat some with his dinner, and then we put it in the microwave and heat it up right before he goes to bed, and it seems to help him get through the night. And of course I'll have corn muffins with this, and then tomorrow we'll have hot dogs with it, and may even make some chili mac. You know, we can spread several meals out of it, and if that doesn't happen, then I will just freeze whatever's left. Though I don't think there'll be too much left, because they're pretty good at eating big portions. My granddaughter does, and my great-grandson, he doesn't eat very much at a sitting, but he comes back a lot. So I think it'll go pretty quick, and they seem to really enjoy my chili. The last chili I froze, they've already gone through it, and I had frozen about 10 quart bags, and so because I'll eat a bowl or two of it, and then I freeze the rest whenever I make a big pot like this. And I usually do it in the winter, but I just thought, you know, since the temperature's changing and they're going back to school next week, I'm kind of bringing it up just a hair so I can see y'all. Okay, since they're going back to school this coming Wednesday, it's good to start fixing bigger, healthier, and more filling meals so that he sleeps better, and so that you know, we get that winter fat to keep us warm. Anyway, my mom, when I was growing up, she never did make chili. I don't know what got me started on making chili. It may have been my husband's family. I've had a first husband, and his family always made soup beans, and then they take whatever was left of the beans, which were pinto beans, and they'd eat on them, and then they would make chili with some of them, whatever was left after a meal. Wasn't a lot left. I never did like soup beans. I didn't grow up on them, and when you're a transplant from Jersey, which I never knew what a soup bean was, or Florida, didn't really know what a soup bean was there. My mom didn't make beans. She made more Italian food like lasagna and ravioli and things, and corned beef and cabbage, because my dad's family was Irish. So we had a lot of potatoes, things made with potatoes. Okay, let me stir this up. Then I'll bring you over and let you see what this looks like. Oh man, that's looking so good. It is gonna be so filling and so good. Okay, let's take a quick peek at them. I'm lifting your tripod and all up. Let's see if I can get you down to it. So this is what it's looking like now. And I'll come back when it's finished and I'll show you again. But let me see, I'm going to turn on the power. Bring it down just a hair. Turn on the power. Put it on the low setting. And then I'm going to go for 6 hours. I really like this big crock pot when I'm making big amounts of stuff, because I can set it high or low, and it starts out and it's in half-hour increments, and so I can go up or I can go down, and it gets, I just set it and forget it pretty much until time to put it on the, keep warm till dinner, till we get ready for dinner. It's been a while since I used this big one because I haven't really been by myself. I mean, for a long time. So when I'm by myself, I use my little 2-quart crock pot. And when I make cooking for family, or I'm cooking for big batches that I can freeze, so I have things when I just want to pull something out, defrost it, throw it in the microwave or in a saucepan and heat it up. Anyway, I'm going to let this cook for 6 hours, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's done, and we'll dish up a bowl of it. So I will see you all after a while. Okay, it's Marlene. By the magic of video, I'm back. The crock pot has cooked all day, and now I'm gonna dish out a small bowl before I go to get my grandson from daycare. And because when we're having dinner, we have no phone, no cameras, no nothing. We sit down and eat as a family and discuss our days. We, like I've said before, we have breakfast together so that we can start our day together, and then we have dinner together and end our day with meals. So that's how I raise my children. That's what I expect to do with my great-grandson and my granddaughter while they're here, and it keeps him on a good schedule. Okay, so I just dished out a bowl of the chili. I'm having trouble getting to it. Okay, and I'll show you what it looks like in the pan. Whoa, it's good and hot. We're gonna eat well after a while. But I'm gonna eat a little bit just to get me going. I'll probably only eat a few bites, and then I will finish it later when I get back with them. Anyway, so let me set this little tripod down and take a taste of this chili. It just looks so good. And then of course I've got the other half of the corn muffin I had started eating to check it, because I had messed up when I made them and I had to check them out, but they're good, really good. It's in the next video. Anyway, it's very hot. Get some meat and some chili and some beans. be extremely hot. It's been cooking all day. That is so good. It's my regular chili. People always brag on it. This I think is so hot that it's still kind of soupy, but I like it soupy, but after it sets for a while on keep warm, it'll get thicker and thicker, and it'll be a really good chili. And it's a good chili now. So I guess that's it. I'm gonna finish a few more bites of this and then go get my great-grandson from the daycare and then go pick up his mom, and we'll start our weekend this evening. So you all have a good week, and like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.